Alabama State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris held a COVID update meeting today. WVUA 23's Karis Harmon joins us live. And Karis, what did he have to say?
Well, Tamika, he says that Alabama is having an ICU bed crisis. And if we want to have a normal holiday season, statewide vaccination numbers need to go up. Today, Alabama State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris announced that K-12 students are getting the brunt of the pandemic. 8,400 cases were reported in the past week, and 138 out of 143 school districts have students or faculty that have caught COVID. Dr. Harris says there is a 605% increase in cases from this time last year, and while the mask mandate has been lifted throughout the state, he's urging all school districts to implement universal masking.
That is one of the best things that you can do to keep kids in the classroom setting. As you know, when students are consistently masked and schools are doing the things they need to do to mitigate infections, then those kids don't need to be quarantined if they're exposed to a case. This is a really simple, straightforward way to keep kids in the classroom setting.
Harris is also urging people at least 12 years old to get vaccinated.
If you want to have a normal school semester, or as close as we can, if you want to have a good holiday season with Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up, this is the way that we do it. We get people vaccinated now so that 2 or 3 months from now we can try to get back more or less to normal, which is somewhere we all very much want to be.
Harris announced that hospitalizations have plateaued. 2,677 hospitalizations and 53 pediatric hospitalizations have been reported. Harris says the numbers aren't great, but he's glad the numbers have not continued to rise. But when it comes to available ICU beds, Harris says the state is in a crisis.
We continue to have a real crisis in Alabama with our ICU bed capacity. Yesterday there were about 60 or so more patients requiring ICU care than we have ICU beds in the state. So that's 60 patients who are receiving critical care because they're critically ill, and yet they don't have an ICU bed. They're being cared for in an emergency department or in a ward bed that's been converted to an ICU room, or on a gurney in the hallway or somewhere other than an ICU bed, because we just don't have enough space to take care of them.
Harris says for the first time in the past few weeks, Alabama is under the 2,700 mark for people hospitalized with COVID. 4,800 cases were reported yesterday, and a total of 53 additional deaths were also reported yesterday. Reporting live, Karis Harmon, WVUA 23 News.